Alright, this is Alex here again, Strider 84. We're going in for another game, and this time I have played a one-off game with a Skaven setup, which we're trying to play in our Eurobowl team against lizards from Candlejack. I have the Red Ogre setup with 12 players, with 2 block, a wrestle, gut runner, guard tackle, storm vermin, and 1 wrestle lino. He has usual lizard setup, 4 times, actually 1, 2, 3, 4 times block, 2 times break tackle, 12 players, and so on. I win the coin flip, so I actually decide to receive the ball. Given against the lizards, if I get a bit just 1 KO or something, then I might be able to walk through. It's always a bit risky with Skaven because you have strength 2 ball carrier, and he basically always gets the 3+ dodge into a 1 dice pow. But if I have a blotcher, I kind of feel pretty safe, and even if it gets it, usually then the recovery is hard, and I can easily recover with my gutter runners in normal circumstances. So we go in. I kind of just want to get the line of scrimmage down. Maybe I can get something going. I get them down. I even get a stun, and just screen my ball carrier here. He plays pretty defensively. Doesn't really want to go full contact. So I'm just gonna actually here my idea was, if I blitz this with the guarder and he goes down, or if I just push him here, I can actually then block the Croxy with my Rat Ogre. And the idea is that if I have the guarder here and the Croxy goes down, then this guy would have a harder time to actually block my Rat Ogre free afterwards. Actually I pushed him to the wrong square, so now I have to get an additional assist here. Here in, I only block with the Rat Ogre once the ball is safe, so if he double skulls or double both downs, I can just not reroll and still be quite safe, so that's quite important. Then I kind of have some players left over, so I kind of decide to bring on the Fumbbl here with 3 assists on the Croxy, which probably is bad that I did it with the wrestle guy. Should have just done it with the normal guy. I probably forgot that I actually have a wrestler. But as you can see, I mean, pretty lucky. Got the casualty, and the double only counts on the casualty roll, which doesn't get you sent off. So a very good start to get the Croxy off, and promising to actually maybe win this. So then what's the goal of the remainder of the game here? I want to get my ball safe. I want to get blitzes and blocks on the skinks to eliminate them if possible with my tackler, with my guarder, to get these blocks in, and make some casualties on the skinks, because when he loses his skinks, he loses the speed and also the cover, the easy cover to cage the ball carrier. So yeah, I just basically continue. I lose my tackler here. I'm gonna go over the side, secure the ball here. I can even stand up with the Rat Ogre. So he then goes a bit for the double screen. Yeah, and I then decide, instead of kind of trying to push through here, I mean, I've Skaven, I have a lot of speed. I can just walk around and try again, go from the middle, screen on the other side, and then it will get a harder time for him to set up the proper screen on this side. As well. Then I even have a lucky here that he fails the dodge, otherwise he could have kinda closed off here This way I even get the block with the blocker, so I can actually use that, can secure the ball, and then do go for it here to just secure this. So I mean, yes, of course, I mean, what you can do, so what's my biggest fear? So right, so he can go 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, go for it. He can then dodge in from here and get the 2 dice on my ball carrier. However, it then still kind of is here, and he only has the skinks. It's probably either on the sideline or in a tackle zone, so hard for him to recover. And he needs to do all these dodges first as well. He does have the break tackler somewhere. We'll see that. That's then gonna try to actually break in, or maybe turn later. So he'll try this to get in with the break tackler to get in there. I'm not so sure. I think probably it's easier, also given that if the dodge fails, you kind of set yourself up to not, for me, to get an easy stall. If you just get this guy on here and try to blitz, get this guy over here and try to just get it somehow with the 3 plus 2 plus 2 dice, probably would be preferable to me. I mean, either way, so we got this. I can then stall again. I actually wanted to get one guy here to prevent the break tackle dodge in, but I did manage to get this guy down here first in order to actually make it a 5+, and then funnily when we see what then he rolls, and here a good point is, you know, give yourself a chance to score. If he bounces that guy out, and he might go with a POW into the corner, so he might bounce wherever, right? So might still score next turn. Yeah, so here I also don't see why you even want to move this guy first, because I mean, either you have break tackle and you have a 2 dice, or you get another guy here and you put him here so to get the 3 dice. But if you just go here, it's a 2 dice anyways, so you might as well keep this guy to pick up the ball afterwards once it's actually you actually get the POW. So lucky for me, it's actually twice the 4 and the 5 is needed to actually get in there. So yeah, pretty lucky for me. Still would have needed the POW, but hard to recover if it bounces like way over here. And still has this guy as well who could then recover the ball. So lucky again, I can actually get this guy casualty, so it's now 2 guys out for me, 3 guys out for him. For the 1-turner option, I opt to set up this way for the 1-turner, because it makes it a bit harder for him to actually get through, because here we have a prehensile tail that he needs to dodge away from, and otherwise he has to kinda catch the ball at least in a tackle zone here, or then further off in 2, and it's also hard to get the 3rd push with the setup sometimes, so I think it's okay. Also note I have the guarder on this side just so he cannot push him this way back easily. Yeah, 1-turner option doesn't work, and catch fails, and I'm up 1-0. And now really it's, you know, how to bring it home against 3 skinks. 1 goes out, so it's 2 skinks left. 5, only the 6 Sauri, no Croxy anymore. So I really need to prevent him from scoring here. I mean, should be quite easy. Let's see how it then works out actually, right? So He does a nice yeah, screening, because of course he knows I'm very fast with my gutter runners and can get like to a lot of places. So he picks it up and goes there. No real reason for me here to do anything fancy and like go with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, go for it, go for it. Yes, I could, but I just want to set myself up, screen this side properly, so because if anything fails, he can just advance and get in range. I want to prevent him from getting his ball carrier in range, because once he's safe somewhere in this line, he can just 3+2+ all the way to the touchdown, and he doesn't even have to like right away, because if he gets the cage going, he can just kinda have a static cage here, and then even later, and so at some point when it gets too much pressure, he can just dodge through and score. So I get another Sari out, very lucky. Gonna go for the screen here, so I know, yes, he might go over here, but he also might just move to include these two Sari to his play. So luckily he does not get the POW on my gutter runner, and he goes over here. I get another one out, so now it's actually 4-9 against still only 7, so still heavy overweight from my side. So I try to get to the ball here by actually chain pushing this guy next to the ball carrier. I mean, I could go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, go. But the problem is, if I get the POW, then the ball is all the way somewhere in all the tackle zones, and I'd rather have the ball down here, because then I can actually sweep around with one of the gutter rounds and pick it up easily. So I get the gutter in here, I get another assist, and then actually get the chain push from this side. I get the assist and the 2 dice block here, which is quite nice. And as I said before, now the ball is actually quite free and easily to retrieve with my blotcher. So that's way the better option than otherwise. Let's say I pushed him from this side, it would have just bounced over here or here. I would have to dodge in for the 3+, for the 3+ pickup, dodge out again on the 3+, and this way I have 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go for it, go for it for the 3+ pickup, and then maybe another go for it and dodge out, or just stay with hoping for blotch. So quite a nice bounce. I do then miss the pickup. The ball is somewhere free. He can get my garter cached. He somehow manages to get all the tackle zones off the ball, but then fails to pick up as well. And then here it's always, you know, how do I get the tackle zones off? Do I want to push somebody on the ball and hope for a nice bounce, or do I just try to get this on? And I think if we go back here again to this turn, so my idea was to really get this guy over here, to chain push him on the ball and see what happens on the bounce, and then if it's a good bounce, maybe it goes like all the way over here, it's almost a touchdown. Maybe it goes here, that would be a bit bad, but then I still have a blitz, and I could potentially blitz the guy on the ball again, or away from the ball. I mean, there's no real chance that I get this guy away from the ball, because I can only blitz from here or here, so I'd need a POW. I don't really have the 2 dice I need. I mean, I could block from here, but then if I only get a push, I don't even get a 2 dice on him, so I think that's the best option. However, I need to dodge, and that's what then fails. So he gets Gets the actually only the push, but can then actually pow him and can somehow secure the ball quite neatly into a cage. He is still though like pretty much back. He has 2 break tacklers, which is quite neat. So I decided to just kinda let him break tackle. He's out of rerolls. So I just want to get next to the ball, screen the way forward so he cannot move his cage up. I don't really care about not getting the ball this turn. I really want to make him kinda not be able to move his cage. And then here, I mean I could have rerolled this maybe, but I mean worst case I get a push. He can still kind of move everything up, and I'm left with 1 reroll for 4 turns. And to get this kink off the ball, I might need a reroll on the blitz. So I rather want this this reroll. And if he doesn't go out, I mean he still needs to dodge away, and he can recover and get back. So still in a quite good position. So of course he now has the break tackle, and he can get the way free here. Do a cage with the dodge and complete this. And I now kind of have to reset and really want to regroup back here to actually get it here. So I decide to go next to the ball carrier just so he has to dodge away, and also I mean if he opts to blitz he can blitz him away, but that won't help him much. I would have obviously liked to screen here with the blotcher so he cannot just move through, which is actually happening now. Do this other double one again. So he's going for a bit of a fancy play, relying on blocking away the rat ogre. So the thing is, if this is a push, right? I mean, I get an easy block here on this guy, and can then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 go 2 dice on him, or with the gut runners get an easy 2 dice. So a bit risky, but worked out. He gets this guy off. So I'd say pretty well played. Maybe just from this option here again. So what are the alternatives, right? So I mean I'm pretty far. He only has 1 skink left. If this with the caging doesn't work, I mean one idea would be of course to just kind of run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's no rerolls, so you can't really go for it. You can't really screen too well as well, so probably it was a pretty good screen here. So no reason to panic yet. I want to get these. So the important thing here is he's not in range, right? So he just 1 field short of scoring. So I'm not really worried to get the ball necessarily, but what I want to do is I want to screen these guys. So at least the blockers, they cannot move forward. I mean, yes, they could move forward like 1, but and then he needs to break tackle twice maybe, and he doesn't have a reroll. And I still get a shot like this on the ball. But the important thing is he can't really advance the cage, so I set myself up to actually get the ball next turn. I still get this chance here. Doesn't help. He's here, and now he could actually just run all the way down. Down here, what he does, but he opts to rather dodge away and screen this guy off. So pretty neat position. I do have the speed though to go, and then here I decide to go for the 3+2+ dodge instead of dodging around doing the go for it, so I can actually use my dodge skill and then get the 4 dice on the ball carrier, which then actually works with wrestle with the reroll. And then here, just for the last turn, I mean, so this guy, if he wants to pick it up, right, he goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go. He can't reach, which means if the ball doesn't bounce in this direction, he needs to really to pass with the Saurus, or handoff at least, which is kind of impossible without a reroll. So obviously my worst fear is getting this gutter runner blocked onto the ball, but for that you need a blitz. So when you have a blitz and it actually bounces here, it means that the pickup is in a tackle zone most likely, and he needs to dodge twice to actually get through, so pretty safe position here for that. So yeah, just getting myself ready here to score. He does get the power, but the bounce is the other way. So he decides to kind of just hand off to the Sari, which would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pretty good odds, but yeah, luckily for me again, I can get the thing done. Then yeah, I failed to do the 2-0. Not really important. Yeah, I mean, that was the game. Pretty lucky from my side. Still, I think Candlejack played a very nice half here with being decimated with lizards, to actually still almost score and bring through his offense. I mean, yes, I could still have tried a 1-turner probably, but against a strength 4 without my guarder, it's always hard. Well, actually, he came back. But yeah, yeah, good way to use the Skaven and get this in.